Complete analysis of Demons of the Past, 2023. A modern horror masterpiece introduction. Contemporary horror cinema has been undergoing a remarkable transformation, blending classical elements with new narrative and aesthetic approaches. Demons of the Past, released in the year 2023, exemplifies this fusion of influences, presenting a deeply psychological story filled with symbolism and an atmosphere that echoes the essence of Gothic horror. But does the film truly stand out among countless similar works? Let's delve into every aspect of this production to understand its strengths and weaknesses. Plot: a tale of guilt and the supernatural. The story follows Clarissa, a young woman marked by a traumatic past, who returns to her hometown after the passing of her grandmother. As she attempts to reconnect with her family's history, she uncovers dark secrets hidden within the walls of her childhood home. Day by day, inexplicable events begin to haunt her, revealing that perhaps her family harbored something far more terrifying than she could have ever imagined. The screenplay embraces psychological horror elements, where the fear does not solely stem from what is shown on screen, but from what is suggested. The director opts for a slow build-up, allowing the tension to gradually mount. However, at times this approach may seem excessively contemplative, which could alienate some viewers who prefer a more dynamic pacing. One of the most intriguing aspects of the story is how it blurs the lines between reality and illusion. Clarissa's descent into paranoia is handled with meticulous detail, making the audience question whether the supernatural occurrences are genuine or mere manifestations of her psychological state. This ambiguity keeps the viewer engaged and invites multiple interpretations. Moreover, the film's non-linear storytelling, with frequent flashbacks to Clarissa's childhood, further enhances its depth. These flashbacks are not just expositional tools, they serve to reinforce the film's themes of trauma, loss, and the cyclical nature of fear. Direction and aesthetics. An immersive sensory experience. One of the film's greatest strengths lies in its visual identity. The cinematography employs cold tones and minimalistic lighting to craft an oppressive atmosphere. The color palette, predominantly composed of blues and grays, reinforces the protagonist's sense of isolation. The framing choices also deserve praise. Tight close-ups emphasize discomfort and claustrophobia, while wide shots reveal the vast emptiness of the house in which the story unfolds. The interplay between light and shadow, clearly inspired by classic horror cinema, is utilized to create the unsettling impression that something is always lurking in the darkness. The use of long, lingering takes rather than quick-cut edits enhances the tension significantly. The camera often follows Clarissa from behind, creating an omnipresent sense of being watched, a technique reminiscent of some of the best horror cinematography from the past decade. Additionally, practical effects such as flickering lights, subtly moving furniture, and barely perceptible shadows make the film feel more organic and unsettling, without the reliance on excessive jump scares. Sound design, silence as a horror. Tool. Another remarkable aspect of Demons of the Past is its soundtrack and sound design. In many instances, silence is used as a narrative tool, making every creak and distant footstep a trigger for suspense. The ambient sounds, such as doors creaking and faint whispers, contribute to the immersive experience. The musical score, composed by an acclaimed musician, blends subtle melodies with anxiety-inducing crescendos. This effectively reinforces the tension and amplifies the impact of terrifying sequences. The way in which the music is incorporated into the film demonstrates a profound understanding of how sound can intensify fear in the audience. In particular, there is a recurring musical motif associated with Clarissa's past, a haunting lullaby that she once heard from her grandmother. This recurring theme plays during key moments of the film, subtly reinforcing the cyclical nature of her trauma. In the climactic moments, the lullaby distorts, blending with unsettling industrial sounds that mimic the crumbling of reality around her. Performances, a standout lead. The performance of the lead actress is, without a doubt, one of the film's highlights. Her facial expressions and body language masterfully convey the nightmare her character endures. Throughout the story, we witness her gradual emotional and mental deterioration in a nuanced manner, adding depth to the narrative. The supporting cast also delivers competent performances, though some portrayals may feel slightly exaggerated in key moments. However, this does not detract from the overall experience. A particularly strong element is the chemistry between Clarissa and her childhood friend, who serves as a grounding force in her spiral of horror. Their interactions feel natural, lending emotional weight to the film's more psychological moments. However, the film smartly never lets the audience fully trust any character, maintaining a lingering sense of unease throughout. Visual effects. Balancing practical and digital. The use of special effects in Demons of the Past is another noteworthy element. The production strikes a balance between practical effects and CGI, resulting in more organic and terrifying sequences. The practical effects, such as makeup and set design, lend a realistic touch to the horror, while digital effects are used sparingly to heighten moments of greater impact. For instance, spectral apparitions are never fully materialized in clear CGI. Instead, they are often seen through reflections, shadows, or fleeting glances in the periphery of the frame. This method keeps the audience constantly on edge, unsure of whether they actually saw something or if it was a trick of the light. Deeper themes: trauma, memory, and the supernatural. Beyond its aesthetic and technical prowess, Demons of the Past delves into profound themes that elevate it above conventional horror films. The narrative explores the weight of trauma, intergenerational guilt, and the lingering presence of the past in one's psyche. Clarissa's journey is not just a supernatural one, it is a psychological descent into her own memories and demons. The film subtly suggests that the demons haunting Clarissa may not be solely external entities, but manifestations of repressed memories and fears. This interpretation adds layers of complexity to the story, making it more than just a simple haunted house movie. Final considerations. A polarizing work, Demons of the Past stands out for its atmosphere, cinematography, and lead performance. However, its slow narrative pace and focus on psychological horror may not appeal to all audiences. For fans of more contemplative horror films, such as The Witch and Hereditary, this production can offer a rich, symbolic experience. On the other hand, those looking for more immediate scares may find certain segments sluggish. Ultimately, Demons of the Past demonstrates how horror can be a reflection of internal traumas, using aesthetics and storytelling to create an experience that is more psychologically unsettling than overtly shocking. And you, what did you think of this film? Can it already be considered one of the great names in modern horror? Thanks for watching Minute Recaps. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what film you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.